To this day, Tupac Amaru Shakur is one of the most famous rappers in the world. Millions still listen to his hits, which are considered milestones in hip-hop history. But why did his strict mother and his absent father unconsciously contribute to this, and what his life looked like before he wrote the big hits? Let's take a closer look at that now. Tupac grows up together with his little half-sister and his mother, a Fanny in the ghettos of New York. But you can forget the well-known image of the gangster rapper here for now, because his friends remember a friendly, modest, and mostly well-mannered joker with good manners and a broad grin. Later, he remembers even having a diary as a 10-year-old. Because his educated mother is afraid that the wrong people will take influence on him, Tupac hardly leaves the house and has to read a lot of books. Tupac therefore describes his mother as a dictator or a drill sergeant. But she used to be an activist and fought against the oppression of people of color in the USA. She must have realized that tough measures are necessary to bring about change in such evil environments. After all, Tupac discovers his love for poetry at such an early age and writes poems himself. And where is his father? He doesn't know him. Tupac's mother always claimed he was dead, probably because it was just an affair. Only in adulthood does Tupac find out that his father is still alive, unfortunately far too late. Due to her political past, Afeni can't find a job. She doesn't get along with the situation and starts taking drugs. A vicious circle begins. Tupac raps later. A poor single mother on social assistance. Explain to me, how did you do that? The family moves around for a better life again and again, even ending up in homeless shelters. Unfortunately, everything for the cats, because sooner or later they end up in the ghetto again. One day, the 13-year-old Tupac sees a hip-hop show on TV and immediately falls in love with the music. Maybe also because blacks are successful and have power in the rap world. He has already loved the written word since he wrote poems, but now he also writes his own rap lyrics, rhymes in the hood, and continues to call himself MC New York. Although Tupac didn't even have light at home on some days, the school remained important. So he visited an art high school. Unbelievable, but true. He teaches courses like literature, theater, and attention, even ballet. In contrast to the ghetto, you don't count here as a soft shell. If you play along in a play, you remember your old acting teacher. In an interview, Tupac's mother once said, "Art can save children no matter what happens in their home." And that's how she saves her son. For now. Tupac loves attention. Soon he raps everywhere and can't be quiet anywhere. So for a while it's going really well for the 17-year-old because he gets recognition for what he does, regardless of his origin. But like a blow to the face, he hears the news that the family has to move again. This time it goes back to a ghetto, 8 kilometers from San Francisco. Looking back, Tupac recognizes the time when he gets on the wrong track. In California, Afeni is completely addicted to drugs and becomes heavily dependent on crack. Incidentally, this is stretched cocaine and far cheaper than pure drugs. In the 80s, crack triggers a real pandemic in the ghettos of the blacks. "It was hard. She was my hero," says Tupac later in an interview. For years, he looked up to his mother. Now they quarrel because of her total downfall. In the end, she throws the 17-year-old out and he continues to sleep with friends in abandoned apartments. Without a father figure in his life, the male and hard drug dealers on the street are now his role models, he says later in an interview. Because he needs money, he now exchanges theater for ticking. He leaves school and adapts the kind of gangster. But after only 2 weeks, he realizes that he is too soft and too sensitive and hangs the deal back on the nail. And what now? To return to his mother is not an option, so he does what he has been good at since childhood: writing and rapping. At some point, the right people at the right place get wind of it, so that Tupac finally gets the opportunity to rap at the well-known rap group Digital Underground. Soon he is allowed to go on tour with the band. Cool. The lyrics of the band with rapping? Also cool. But dancing in a zebra underpants? In retrospect, he's ashamed of it, but he probably knows what it was good for. Because at the after-show parties of the band, he takes the chance again and again and raps his own lyrics, which are mostly about his reality. No one else drives the gangster movie, paired with social critical poetry, like the 19-year-old. Surely Tupac is influenced by his mother. Fast forward. Tupac becomes a successful solo artist. Even if he will not have any contact with his mother for 3 years in the meantime, he should have paid her rent secretly and sent her a diamond necklace. Subscribe and write your next candidate in the comments.